I just realized I just blew that entire intro because I did not have my microphone on. As I was saying, welcome everyone to RollerCoaster Tycoon. Tonight we are doing Evergreen Gardens. The objective of the scenario is to have 1,000 guests in your park at the end of the fourth year of operation. And the park is not a very small park. I'm gonna have to cut footpaths, or else I'm gonna have guests that are gonna be walking around for years. Because I want to keep my development to certain areas of the park first. I see one there, one guest there. There used to be something called a guest locator. The other one's all the way over here. So I'm gonna have to move him to start with. Because I'm not developing that area yet. Let me turn sound on. Yes, the lovely sound that we all like to hate. We're gonna have to hear it eventually, as soon as everything gets going. So let's start our footpath destruction, shall we? I don't want the guests to be going everywhere as of yet. Not until I really start building this park up. It's gonna require me to have the map on at all times to see where those guests are going. Now he's upset because he's the one I relocated. Okay, I wanted to put that haunted house there. going to be a very slow start because, yes, this park is completely empty. At least this one you can charge park fee for, but not the rides. Change that from 9 rotations to 20 to get some kind of excitement out of it. This stupid clock thing does not want to stay on my phone. They're gonna go into the options, I guess, and play around with it to make sure it doesn't shut off. Make sure that display doesn't shut off. I don't want a screen timeout. That's not it. I guess there's no way to turn that off, I guess. I just gotta be listening for it. Now it's gonna try to run away on me again. Turn off all these other apps so I can have the clock back on. Hire some staff members because that's very important. Very important to have staff from the start. Even if starting on an empty park like this. Now that I know how to fix my problem I was having last week with my tools dying, At least I know how to fix that for the next time it happens. I gotta start planning handyman according to where my paths are, where my paths go. Because I want to be able to make as minimal changes, as few changes as possible to staff later on when I start repopulating, when I start reactivating some of these footpaths. In other words, when I start to expand out farther, I would like to have handyman assignments ready for when that time comes. Yes, we have to listen to you ask about the uniform, because I still haven't replaced the file yet. I know which file I have to replace, it's just a matter of getting a chance to do so. I haven't exactly been sitting on my rear end this entire time. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out how to set up so I can upload the videos I've had from the past week. But that should do every part of the footpaths I have open up for now. Now to start placing some other stuff, like stalls and stuff like that, before the guests start complaining that they don't have anything to eat or drink. Because as you know, that's been a thing in the past. Complaining about not being able to have anything to eat or drink. Think back to my Dynamite Dunes disaster. And of course, can't have a park without those bathrooms. Your food is great, but where are the bathrooms? I just love that commercial once again, hearing it. Hadn't heard that commercial in so long before I finally heard it again last week. Because somebody reminded me of that commercial by themselves not placing bathrooms. Metroid MST. That's exactly who reminded me of it. Perfect. Perfect timing for this one. Perfect placement is right there at the intersection. Actually, no, I should put I should move the ride so I can put the exit there. So I can have the exit facing the footpath. I know I know I said before I wasn't a fan of clumping stuff together like this, but sometimes you just have to. Right there. I'm gonna fix that so like that. Single rides, 5, open. That way there is already a mechanic in the area. I can just he's already on the list. This ride is already on his list. Need to place trash cans, not lights. Trash can there. Take advantage of the RCT2's AI by putting stuff like putting that path there for more benches and trash bins. Some benches and trash bins. Put up that do not enter sign by the exit path from the haunted house. And my park rating's still below where I want it, but still very early in the scenario as well. This, I'm going there. Still gonna use the same amount of money no matter how I do it. Spin. Exit. I just want to check something here. It would be in this one. Okay, they didn't change that. I thought he would have. I'm not gonna charge a fortune to start with. And I moved too much of this in the wrong area. Make that look a lot better than it does. also, if I want to set up another ride in that same area. And Twist already has a mechanic, so set all their inspection times to 10 minutes, where they should be. Get that music going. Because, like I said, I'd rather listen to that than listen to the thing about the uniform. Welcome, hey Alcoy. Welcome to my stream. Hey Mike, what's up? Yeah, I see. It's always fun, you know, trying to see what I can build here. I mean, this park is pretty big, and I've already cut some paths off. I gotta watch my money, too. So, if anything, I'm probably gonna build small. Build it up here. For minimal. No, I don't want to go that way because that's too expensive. Go that way right now. Yeah, that's about as high as this one's gonna go. Really. I don't want that. It's not gonna be much, but it's gonna be something at least. At least I hope it's gonna be something. No, I actually do not really expect it to be all that popular at all. But that's how things go, I guess. Just have to test it out and see. Just hope that isn't too extreme, actually. It's always the worry with these. Oops, wrong way. Actually, that's the right way. That one's the wrong way. Put up another sign of first I gotta redo the footpath. Of course, that's gonna get somebody up there before I can even try. Game always has a way of having the speed advantage on you, on getting them onto the footpath before you know what to do, before you know what's going on. No, I don't want that. Now I'm starting to get guests in there. See, sometimes that's what it takes. Sometimes you need to have good rides in there. You need to be able to get a roller coaster on the ground and running right away. Because that's what gets the guests in and out and telling their friends about your park. Actually, yeah, I wanted to hire a different one, a new one anyway for this area, for that ride. Every roller coaster should have its own mechanic. That's one thing I learned over the years of playing. Is gentle rides and flat rides, gentle and frill rides are okay to have one handyman for multiple rides, but coasters are no-no. Coasters, you gotta have one handyman, one mechanic dedicated to that ride, because they're more prone to break down than any of your other rides in the park. And since you can't charge for rides, I'm gonna put your gate up to a decent amount so you can get that money coming in. Because unlike the other scenarios I've been working on, this one you can charge for the entry fee. I don't want development on water rides yet. At least not until next year. Because I have to get to the lake first. I am not really good with building these. So I'm gonna build, but I'm not really gonna do anything opening yet. Or I might just decide to hold off on building one of those. Because as we saw in the last scenario I did, as we saw in Diamond Heights, I'm not really good with mazes. Maybe it's because I never got used to design. I have no idea. mean, I wanted to put a roller coaster in that hill. No, that's not. Let's go there and start dropping it down. Back down to. Perfect. Now comes the other thing I was hoping for. To be able to build the entrance building at least. No. Yeah, it might have to do that, but it might be worth it long run to better provide for the footpath. At least get it testing. Before I put myself in a hole by not having it ready. Now I have a decent car ride that at least goes partway into the mountain. But still, later on in the scenario, I want to be able to build a coaster inside that mountain. That won't be for a while yet. How many cars do I have? That's a few too many. I don't want to have them all curving around the backside. Because then guests would complain about having to wait forever in line for the ride. Actually, why'd I do that? That area there is still well within range of the first bathroom. That area, on the other hand, is not. That's why I'm putting a secondary one there. You can never have enough of those. That's for sure. You can never have enough bathrooms. Well, at least I see one thing right now. I'm glad my phone doesn't completely shut off while my timer's going. That's planning ahead. There's other things more thrilling than Car Ride 1 in my park. No need for me to build a dedicated ride just for you. If you want thrilling, go on my roller coaster. I don't have the money to stick to high excitement just yet. But I do need to raise my gate price a bit more. Always raise it if you add a ride. Raise it more if you add a big ticket ride, such as roller coaster. I know that I usually not charge for bathrooms, but this is a new age. The scenarios were made a little bit harder in the recreations for RCT2. And you need to get more money from somewhere. And on that note, it's about time for me to end off this video. We have a good start so far. And hopefully in the next video, I'll be able to generate enough cash without having to take out a loan to build a few more intense rides for those guests that are starting to say they want to go on something more thrilling than what I already have. So I'll split the video here and I'll be back in a few minutes.